First up for us here on the town hall this evening, holding people in power accountable and questions surrounding how taxpayer money is being spent to promote early voting, which, by the way, begins a week from this Saturday. Some Western New Yorkers got this flyer in the mail. It's from State Senator Tim Kennedy telling folks, quote, "You can now vote early." That will be true again come October 29th when the early voting period begins here in New York. The concern with this mailer is that right there at the top, it says vote in big letters with the senator's picture beside it. It's concerning because this didn't come from his campaign. It came from the state Senate, paid for by you. We've reported on these types of mailers for a long time. Now, to be clear, it appears that this is legal. The question, is it ethical? Really does look more like campaign material. So we asked Two on Your Side's Dave McKinley to question Senator Kennedy about it. He called up with him, and here's that exchange.
It does pertain and contain useful information, which I understand under the law, that's pretty much what you're limited to mailing.
Reminding people to get out there and vote.
Right, okay, so it has a purpose. It also has your picture and vote right next to it. Seems like a campaign thing.
Yeah, no, this is a piece that's reminding people that they can begin voting on October 29th, where they can vote, what times they can vote. And that early voting exists here in New York State because it didn't exist some years ago. So we're constantly trying to remind people that they don't have to wait until November 8th to get out there. They can get to the polls 10 days early. And this is where they can go.
Yes, all useful information.
Very much
The
so.
question comes here.
Okay.
Your picture right next to vote and
Sure.
a check mark, almost like vote for me.
No. This is simply a reminder. It's a good government piece, letting people know to get out there and have their voices heard. It doesn't say anything about the Democratic Party, Republican Party, any party. It talks about getting out there and voting.
It just has your picture and your name and all your social media accounts next to
Anybody can
vote.
call my office anytime, and it's a constant reminder that we're out there working.
All right, Dave joins me now live to talk more about this. So if you go online, you can see the Assembly's rules when it comes to these types of mailers. They're right there in black and white. It's a little bit more difficult with the Senate, but we did get our hands on what the rules are, sort of.
Yeah, under a memorandum dated May 3rd, bulk mail delivery, which these flyers are part of, is prohibited during a 30-day blackout prior to an election. Assembly rule is 60 days. For the Senate, though, Michael, it would be 30 days. Now, we should note there's no postmark on this particular mailer, but in hearing from folks that got it, telling us when it arrived in their mailbox, it does appear that if it was cut close, it was pretty close right there.
And the thing about these rules, to be clear, the ones that you're citing right there, they talk about when these can be sent out, but not so much the content of them. And that's what's really at question here, right? Because we all get these mailers all the time. Oftentimes they might be about, some type of legislation that's going on in Albany, community events. But this one, again, if you look at it, it just on the surface of it looks like a campaign thing, not a legislative thing.
Yeah, and we were told by, I know you reached out to a spokesperson for the state Senate, saying it is in compliance and similar to a lot of other mailers that would be arriving in your mailboxes over the next few days. Now, if you stop most people on the street, Michael, and ask them to name their state senator, a lot of them might not be able to. Yeah, these mailers do contain some useful information, but the primary purpose of them really is to remind people who their state senator in this case is. And even though I think you'll find with most people as well, such things end up quickly in the circular file. If not for that brief moment when we take it out of your hands as Senator Kennedy took it out of mine. Even a brief glance at it and, this guy.
Yeah.
Even if it goes right here in just a second, that does
Tell you who your elected person is.
As we lead up to, the election.
Yep, coming up soon. All right, Dave, thank you for talking to the senator about that.